The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
Last week we saw two of today's players stake strong claims to going on deep runs in this tournament, but now that the top 8 seeds have come out to play, a couple of major champions are getting in their way. Will this competition finally bring us maximum chaos? Hello puzzlers, this is Cards of the Heart alongside Six and the Beefin314. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025. We got a couple of interesting players on the up and up in Tolker and Tetris Attacker trying to pull off some pretty massive upsets beefing, but FFR Pro 21 and TaymanND, a couple former champions, will definitely have something to say about that, won't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Tolker's trying to, continue the upset alert. 15 seed doesn't mean anything. Took out Skell last week, so see if he can keep it going.
And Six, we know you root for maximum chaos. You think we're gonna see any smidge of it today?
I mean, with the variance in this game, it is always possible. All these players need is to be within the margin of troll that is dealt by this game, and as long as they're taking advantage of whatever cards they're dealt, it's very possible for the lower seeds to just continue a run here. Excited.
Wait, dealing with cards. Well, one of these players is gonna have to deal with me next week, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're wondering if we're going to get some maximum chaos today, and with how troll this game gets, you just never know. So we'll see how this game will treat our 4 players in just a little bit. But first, if you're tuning into this game for the first time and you're not exactly sure how everything works, allow me to take a couple minutes of your time to explain how this game works and how we are playing it in this tournament. Tetris Attack is a match 3 puzzle game released for the Super Nintendo in North America and Europe based on the Super Famicom game Paled Upon. It was also localized and broadcast through the Super Famicom's Satellaview add-on multiple times throughout its service. Both versions are playable in this tournament. Swapping up to 2 panels in your stack at a time, match at least 3 panels of the same color horizontally or vertically to make the panels disappear. Simply matching 3, however, will not be enough to win. You need to make combos and chains to not only stop your stack's gradual rising for a short time and prevent your stack from breaking through the top of your field, but also send garbage to your opponent to force their stack to the top of their field. Make combos by matching more than 3 panels at once. The amount of time they stop rising the stack is minimal, but so is the amount of time their garbage makes the opponent's field shake. Quick wins can be achieved if you stack combo garbage correctly. Make chains by linking sets of matches together. Make one set of panels disappear and then let the panels directly above them fall into another match. Their garbage makes the opponent's field shake more, but they stop the rising stack for much longer. Forcing your opponent's stack to the top is more consistent with larger chain garbage. To beat the CPU opponents, you must either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is topped out, send so much garbage that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage in a way to make them think they can no longer make a move. Due to how combo garbage is handled in this game, this is by far the least likely scenario. In Versus mode, the easy level has 10 stages, the normal level has 11, and the levels hard and V-hard as we call it have 12. In this tournament, players will be racing each other through all of those stages to defeat the final stage as fast as they can. The player who does that first wins the race. The player who wins a predetermined number of races first wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players. Again, this is a double elimination tournament, and we will be concluding the second round of our winner's side of the bracket today. It is our patent-pending popcorn level pick. It's not popcorn reading, it's popcorn level picking. We have all of the versus game levels within Tetris Attack to consider today, and to start off with, both of our players in each match will agree on one of the levels to play first. And then its loser counterpick one of the other levels, and so on and so forth, until either we have a winner or we've played through them all. And if we've played through them all and still don't have a winner, then Game 5 will be the pick of the Game 4 loser, and all of the levels become available to play. So maybe we'll get to see a little bit of that kind of strategy come into play this time. I mean, both of the players that played last week certainly did some good things to show how competitive they're going to be, so who knows what we will see if it comes to a Game 5. And again, these are best of 5 matches, so the first to win 3 races will win the match and move on further into this tournament, where we will ultimately determine a champion, mark it on our community Discord server as a nice little trophy to show off to everyone else in the community, and then the top finishers will get portions of our crowd-funded prize pool. Prize pool now standing at $300 even out of our initial stretch goal of $500. If we get to that $500 goal, then the top 4 that we are currently going to pay out from this bracket will get expanded to the top 8. So if you want to make it more worthwhile for our players and maybe get more players compensated for their time and their salt and their pain, then by all means go check out the tip page that you see on screen. Or you can, actually our very own Beefin just showing off what happens when you do throw your support to the pool through the tip page. Thanks for the $10. That gets our pool up to $310 out of 500. But you can also throw any spare bits that you have on your Twitch account to our Puzzle Speedrun Twitch channel. And also, subscribing to the channel will add a little bit to the pool depending on what tier you use. So here we are in the second round of our winners bracket, and we could probably stand to zoom this in a bit better to really get a highlight on who is playing today. But it will be the loser of, it'll be the winner of FFR Pro 21 and Tetris Attacker that will take on our very own 6 in the next round. But first up, we have our 7-15 matchup in Tayman and Tolker, or should just call him Wizard Person from here on out. I might as well start calling him Wizard Person and get that adjusted for future matches. But Wizard Person, our PPL 2020 champion, definitely has some chops in Tetris Attack, and Tolker, by sweeping Skell in the last round, definitely put up a big statement there. But one of them will have to take me on in the next round. So there are definitely some people in this call that have a vested interest in who advances in these matches today. But taking a look at Tayman and Tolker, Beefin, what do you think it's going to take for Tolker, your fellow gremlin mate, to pull this off?
It's going to take exactly what Tolker did to beat Skell. I mean, Tolker's going to have to really lock in, going to have to really not drop too many chains, make sure that the combos are following up very well. And for Wizard Person, Wiz P, I don't know what we're Wizard Person, Wizard Person's cool, what's going on? Yeah, they're just gonna have to keep playing their solid game. I mean, they're very good at sending combos. I think their cursor speed is probably the flowiest cursor in the biz. So I see some Wizzy P's in the chat already. But yeah, Wizard Person's gonna have to make sure to play a solid game in order to fend off Tolker today.
All right, 6. How many games do you think this one's going to take? Is this going to be a simple, straightforward task for Tayman to pull off today, or are you sensing something bigger might happen here?
Most likely this will only take 3 games, maybe 4 with the variants of Red Hard. But I always believe that we can have super good drama in here, and it could take just a couple unfortunate garbage clears snowballing into more, so let's see them salt.
We'll see how that goes down. We'll try and do a little bit of a tail of the tape before going into this and looking into who in the Twitch chat is deciding who will win this match, just to compare some level times for you. There's very limited sample sizes on these players going into this one. They played in very few tournaments, but they both found a way to make a statement one way or another. In the easy level, it is TaymanND averaging in the mid 630s in their 3 races that they did. Meanwhile, Tolker's fastest easy time in the open tournaments this season was a 654. And as for normal mode, they're both hovering around the low 7-minute range overall, although Tolker did get a 739 last week in normal mode, so that will need to be shaped up in order to compete with TaymanND. In hard mode, it is undoubtedly TaymanND with a 741 average to Tolker's 823. I believe that's an 823 average that he got this season, and with an 829 last week, it certainly bears that out. But in V-Hard, things might get interesting, because TaymanND has played in quite a few V-Hards this season and has averaged a 927. Meanwhile, Tolker's lone V-Hard of the entire tournament last week was a 919. So the margin of troll is most certainly here and possible to mess with the outcome of this match. And before we go into that match, let's take a look at the Twitch chat to see who they decided was going to win. And it looks like our very own Tolker has bet on themselves quite a bit in order for them to win this match. It's practically 50-50. It's 51% of the points going to Tolker winning this match. So I think we've got several people in the live chat rooting for some chaos, so let's go find out if we are going to see some chaos. So let's get to our 7-15 matchup in winners round 2. It's TaymanND / Wizard Person. It's Tolker, and it's coming your way right now. And we are playing on the hard level to start game 1. Certainly going to be interesting beefing to have this match play right out at versus level 6 from the gate.
I like the play. I like, personally, I like going to the higher speeds first. You know, get your cursor speed going, get you used to how fast this game is going to go. I like it. Also, you know, I think it's probably going to be better for the person who can send their attack and send like a really good first attack. It doesn't really troll as much, I feel, as normal and easy. So, you know, the person with the better skills will probably prevail in this one. But you never know what's going to happen in this game.
And as timers count down on racetime.gg to start this opening race of this winners round 2 match 6, how do you feel in general about the hard level?
With this speed, you got to be on it. This is speeds you're not going to encounter in PPL. These are going to drop with a decent amount of cadence and speed, and you got to be there to not only maintain those chains, but then for more advanced play, like these players are doing, to try and weave in even more stuff while that's going on. Tayman,
Right.
or Wayman, or whoever, guess the first blood with 14.
I love to see that. I think that took 7 lines. A bit of an unfortunate attack, but considering TaymanND's extensive Pokemon Puzzle League experience, being our PPL 2020 champion, he knows a thing or two about building chains, and will certainly find ways to build the chains out long enough to get these attacks down sooner. But Tolker has certainly been putting in the work himself to get better, and we may have seen some of that take fruit last week. And if he's going to continue to get 13-second stages like this bumpty, it's going to make things really interesting going forward. As things stand right now, it is about a 5-second edge in TaymanND's favor. Beefin, what are you seeing from these players so far?
I'm seeing a lot of TaymanND swapping out of
Yes.
8 combos and 9 combos. You know, like that's not, you know, not as good recognition, but still getting decent combos.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
bad
Tolker,
dog.
you know, the first stage was iffy, second stage was good, but yeah, this is becoming a little inconsistent. You know, got to get these enemies topped off. You know, still not topped off over there. Going to suffer another clear. It's not going to be good for Tolker's chances.
It was good until they had to send like 9-10 lines and just wasn't able to happen in time, and Doggo stalled out because of that.
And what you're probably going to see from most of these stages, as TaymanND just demonstrated there in 16 seconds dispatching Flying Wiggler, 6 lines of garbage will probably be the magic number that our players aim for. And Tolker is definitely going to build very quickly to that with that lag chain. Those lag chains will definitely prove valuable in getting these stages shortened, because this is versus level 6 if you play against other people in this game.
Brago.
Level 6 does not play nice with these CPUs. They generally have a hard time handling it. So if you get them topped off, they have less than a second to respond as soon as they've stopped chaining and have to deal with anything at the top. So they should go down soon after. But Tolker getting his Froggy down to row 3. This needs to fall. Okay.
It'll work. There's nothing on top.
Oh man, that is a little bit of an unfortunate troll for Tolker. So the lead will extend for TaymanND just a little bit. It's now at about close to 18 seconds for our 7 seed, and he is moving things along just fine, just over the 3.5 minute mark through the first half of the run.
2 more lines, 3 more lines. Trying to get them as fast as possible, but can't afford all these little seconds against Tizzard person.
Yeah, and this is starting to be, you know, an issue where Tolker isn't isn't sending his attack very quickly, and you know, if you're not gonna send it quickly enough, you gotta send a little bit extra, because all that time that you could have spent, you know, having that attack over there, the enemy's leveling their stack off. They're able to get to clears. They're able to start clearing. So by the time you end up getting that attack over, you usually need 2 lines, and sometimes you just don't have that.
Oh, we need chains now. It's like 5 lines away.
And it seems like I'm sensing Tolker moving a little bit slowly at the beginning. TaymanND now making his way into the Cave of Wickedness first at under 5 minutes. Generally good benchmark we want to see at this level, but it seems like Tolker's been having a little trouble getting the chain started. Maybe he's moving a little bit slower than he's used to, and not getting to everything that he's trying to see. So it might be helpful for him to maybe set up some more chains in advance and not relying on the skill chain so much. I don't know if anyone else is seeing that from Tolker right now.
The openings are just not enough, and it's giving the CPUs opportunities, and they're taking full advantage of it. And that's been the difference mainly so far.
Well, Tolker is finally into the cave of wickedness, about 50-something seconds behind Tayman as Tayman advances into the final quarter of this run. But you can see from the experience that Tayman has with these games, really getting very creative with the combos. This coming down with a safe number of chains, I think. Just going 4-chain, 5-chain, nothing too aggressive, and very steady from our 7 seed so far.
Yeah, it's definitely been more cases of overkill. But in a situation like this, completely fine. Usually not wasting too much time from that when the opponent's cursor speed isn't as fast as it could be in the crueler hard. Oh, wait.
Wow,
Whoa.
Kamek.
Okay.
Kamek wasted maximum time and just exhausted every single option available to them before taking the L. And even though Tayman's wondering what Kamek is doing, Tolker, meanwhile, is wondering what more he needed to do to that Piranha Plant. And Tayman has a full stage lead heading into the final stage of the run. And
We just
getting
need a healthy
an 8
Bowser.
combo on that.
8 combo of one color, that's an achievement.
That certainly is. And okay, Bowser's gonna get off a little bit of a chain, but not too much from here. And it will be Tayman taking home game 1 with a time of 7 minutes 29 seconds. Very respectable way to earn the first star. Let's see how
Tolker's
Tolker
finishing up
will
pretty
finish
well.
this
He
out.
had a double pillar right there on Kamek, and yeah, let's see what he can do for Bowser to finish this out.
Yeah, he's sometimes gotten some wonderful opening attacks. It's just that in 3 or 4 stages, they were woefully short, and the time added up because of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it seems like some more advanced setup could be needed here, and I don't see like too many players do advanced setup of chains. Try to make like 2 or 3 chain links ahead of time instead of like maybe the one that some of the top players will try to do. And I saw a double flip from Tolker there just now. Maybe he's trying to rush things a little bit too. Who knows? But the creeping stack will take care of Bowser just fine. And Tolker will finish at an 8:44. Certainly not the pace that Tolker is looking for in order to make some waves here. But certainly have a little bit of time to regroup. Or maybe it's not time to regroup, it's time to up the ante just a little bit. We're going V hard for game 2.
Hell yeah.
Variance hard.
Yeah.
We're keeping the versus level the same, but we are upping the CPU difficulty just a little bit. They will be moving just a little bit faster than they were in the hard level. And these opponents will certainly find a way to waste more time than they did in the hard mode. So might want to be safely add 2 minutes to these times to see what kind of times we would be expecting to see for this race. And if Tolker repeats his performance on this level from last week, we might see something crazy happen here. So let's get to this game 2 right away. And with Lakitu not being super cooperative at the beginning, this is probably going to take 8 lines from both of our competitors. Although if Tolker sends this fast, it's going to be a 6-line win for Tolker in 15 seconds. A very fortunate for Lakitu to cooperate there. Tayman got hit with a garbage clear, as Lakitu is wont to do in this level. We'll still sell for a 19 though. Both players would be thrilled with sub 20 times beefing.
Yeah, Wizard Person there, you know, sent a really good attack, but unfortunately just got insta-cleared right over there. Whoa!
Nice.
Super short from Tolker, and that's going to be an 11. Tayman was able to build a little bit bigger and still got away with a 12. Oh boy, now we're getting warmed up, puzzlers.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
The weights have come off.
All right. Tolker had a way to build blues into continuing that chain. Almost misses that continuation. Recovering decently well with a 4-chain. 3 rows of combos. Is Poochie going to have room to do anything else here? Will Tolker's follow-up work?
One more.
It'll be slow, but it'll work.
That qualifies.
And crush.
Both players needed to improvise a different attack after a shaky opening.
Man, Tayman
Lagos
just
is a little bit worse here.
Again, excuse me.
Yeah, if you fall a little bit short on these attacks, the requirements to win tend to snowball. So seeing that be a bit of a problem for Tayman there. Tolker struggling a little bit to get this started. May not matter.
Oh,
that 5 lines was still enough somehow.
That qualifies.
And
Fortunate pillars.
Tayman will end up getting a 5-chain on this Wiggler attack. That will also be enough for about 14 seconds. It's been a while since I've seen V-Hard be this cooperative in a race setting, and both players are benefiting tremendously from that. Although
Tolker messing up his initial attack there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, didn't have a really good secondary attack followed up, but yeah, gets 1 line short there.
Oh, Tayman going to a 6-chain probably needs all of it. Needs 1 more line. Row 3 from this Froggy. Very unfortunate. And Tolker will be giving up a little bit of this lead, even so. But I don't know, V-Hard might be starting to bite back just a little bit.
You can't give him those opportunities. Like, got lucky sometimes, but it can't happen all the time unless you got like a sick world record run.
I like what Tolker was doing there at the beginning to avoid some color conflicts, and he gets rewarded with a 12. Getting out of the first half in under 4 minutes. We love that around here. Oh, Tayman needed 1 more line. It's going to come down enough to need another line.
Pillars versus uncooperative pillars.
Oh my. Well, now it seems like the combos for Tolker are starting to behave. The chains really needed here. Wow. Okay. The combo's really making up for chain play from Tolker.
Nicely there.
We're used to seeing Lungefishes and Raphaels here needing 8 lines or more, but Tolker really did make that work. Will Tayman make this work? And 9 lines required, and gets there.
Okay.
Well, we're seeing a lot of good chain extensions and a lot of good combos inside the chain. This is really shaping up to be a good run right here. I don't think there's going to be anything for Raven. Oh, no.
Wait. Wow.
Except for that down stacking. That's going to waste even more ground.
You won't have any health here, though. Or do you? Do I know this game after playing it for countless number of years? Maybe I don't.
I don't know. It seems like Raven did not stay topped off the entire time, and TaymanND's gonna make up quite a bit of ground there as Tolker enters the Cave of Wickedness at 5:16. TaymanND will go in at 5:23. We're gonna have a cave that decides this race, puzzlers.
Okay,
And
you
Tolker-
really need to be solid on your openings here.
Tolker starting off with a
super punished
3-chain, adding some combos,
That seems
following
good.
up with a
Got it.
bit of a
Not a
combo
lot of shake
storm.
time.
Axe for 15.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perform
Well
when you
done
need
from
to.
Tolker. Is TaymanND following up with a big enough storm? Oh, he's going to need a lot more. This hook bill's going to get really low.
There
Tolker is
might be
willing
enough
to
more-
go for
Oh.
a bunch more riskier sends here. I think he's gonna try to send maybe 4 lines or 5 lines here.
That will work
Oh.
until it doesn't.
Oh, I don't know
No, Pat's
about
getting some
I
chains here.
don't know
More here.
about this one from Tolker. That's going to need a
That's
few more
not a lot
lines.
to be bad.
He's wasting some things, but speaking of wasting, Hookbill is just finding all
Yeah.
sorts of ways to waste TaymanND's time.
Taman needs a new attack here. Yeah.
Yeah, Tolker's gonna also need to send a bunch more. Because these combos are just not gonna cut it.
Oh, Cave is starting to cave our players' heads in. That plant's going to go down to row 1.
This is why if your cheese kill doesn't work, you're going to spend possibly upwards
no,
to a
row
minute
one.
trying to
Are
top
you
them up
kidding
again.
me?
No!
Okay,
And
real talk,
TaymanND's
these
attack
Tolker players should just reset
Finally
the
takes
stage.
care of
Yeah.
Hookbill after a minute 34. Tolker
Okay,
done at
never
a
mind.
minute 10. The lead is only one full stage here, and I know TaymanND screen watches his opponent usually, so he must know where he stands right now and must be relieved that the lead is only a full stage, because it could have been so much worse. That said, Tolker is still on a pretty good pace, all things considered. Oh, there might have been consideration for a 5 combo with an insert to extend that opening chain. It's not quite
Hocus
panning
pocus.
out. But
Nice.
Focus, focus.
5-chain recovery will work out fine. And
Crush plant.
Piranha
More
Plant has
combos
been
here.
crushed.
Oh,
And
Wait.
this Kamek is down to row 2.
Drop the combos!
And
booyah!
Tolker gets his own crush.
That's the
So-
case where the CPU is so fast that they clear all their panels before being able to provide a garbage block clear. So, even more cooperative in Red Hard than on, like, Pink Hard, technically.
We'll see if Tolker needs that again as he approaches the final stage. What kind of setup is he going for here? There's a 6 combo up the middle.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait.
the purple was
Oops.
dropped down there for maybe a chain extension, but Tolker did
Got
not
2
take
pillars
it.
on the side.
Okay,
Combo
raising
stormed
stack
enough?
before the
No.
big countered by Bowser.
1 line short.
Okay, now we're gonna need to build up a bigger attack. Getting chains off the garbage, which is good.
Oh yeah, Tolker's building from
Let fly now.
Bowser's garbage, so this is going to take some time, but TaymanND has not had much luck with his own Kamek. He's finally out at 45 seconds. Is it too little, too late?
Tolker needs to be careful. He doesn't have any. Okay, there we
He
go.
also
Got
uses an
one.
opportunity to drop the garbage block. There it is. If Bowser uses up too many panels, maybe he'll run out before being able to clear. Maybe.
Oh,
No,
down
lose.
stacks before going for the garbage clear. And Tolker is getting into a real problem as TaymanND approaches the final stage.
That next send will still top Bowser off. If he just doesn't have a convenient match like that one exactly right there.
Oh,
And there we go. Tolker taking care of Bowser. Making sure that Bowser does not decide this race. And with
Let's
that minute
go.
12, it will be Tolker winning game 2 with a 9:45. So Tolker evening the match at 1 game apiece.
And that Puzzlers is the Cave of Oof.
Yeah, Tayman's actually had enough. He's not gonna engage with that. So we'll record that as a DNF. DNF times in these tournaments are recorded as the winner's time plus 5 minutes. So, and with that, Tayman will be looking to figure out whether easy or normal will be the way to save himself from whatever seemed to have messed with him at the end of that run. And like by all accounts, Tayman played a fairly safe game, a fairly good game. Maybe just the timing was off on those attacks. Beefin, what were you seeing there?
I think what you said was actually really, really good. I think Tayman or Wizard Person actually played it a little too safe. I think that Tolker's willingness to go for more extreme strats ended up getting 11, getting a 12, 13, 15 in the cave. But that's, kind of where it stopped was, like a lot of inconsistencies from Tolker. But unfortunately, for Wizard Person, the cave did cave-like things, and Tolker was able to get out of there with a win, which didn't look like it was going to be on the cards, especially because of Bowser. But yeah, Tolker stuck with it, and yeah, ended up getting the win on game 2.
So as we head into game 3, we head to the normal level, and it seems like I don't know, Six. It seems like Tayman has the skill advantage on these earlier levels. What do you think about that?
There were definitely some lucky breaks for Tolker in the last game, but both normal and easy, when it gets slower, it's going to come down more to tech difference, and I think that's clearly more in the hands of TaymanND WP.
All right. I see a very, very solid 5-chain from Tolker to
Good tech
begin
there.
this normal run, and 17 seconds definitely works out just fine. Meanwhile, it's Tayman finding
And
the
a
combos,
segmented attack.
having trouble finding the combos to support his chain.
Okay.
And it looks like a couple of seconds were lost by Tayman compared to Tolker on that one, or maybe it was 3 seconds. Hard to tell. The feeds suddenly got desynced by several seconds, so we will need to keep that in mind throughout. Oh, Tolker had a pretty good chain opportunity blown up just a little bit, so he has to rebuild. Oh wow, we love to see those. We don't love to see Bumpty get a 7 combo off the transformed garbage.
It's gonna resolve right there. Everything is fine. Heart rate can be normalized. However,
seems like the race might be normalized. That's a lag 3-chain from Tolker's Bumpty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much time being wasted there. Tayman finding a 4-chain, leaving it at that. That should be the 6 lines that most of these foes will go down to, and absolutely 15-second time will be good enough. Now Tolker is going to start this
setup for the
Poochie
5s.
off. Leave it at a 4-chain. It's 4-chain, 3 rows of combos. That's the standard attack for this level.
And there
that
we
works
go.
out great. Might need a little bit more than that later on in the level, so we will keep that in mind as well. But so far, so fine for both of our players, really. But it is Tayman getting off to the faster start here, Beefin.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm seeing a lot more, hesitation from Tolker, looking for setups. I think they just need to just start sending stuff and not having to wait.
Drop chain on Tay's side. Trying to find the follow-ups as soon as possible, but Frog's gonna downstack that once, and again, and that's another 4. But that last combo will do it.
So many time losses from there. Like if you find yourself doing something that loses you 3 seconds in a stage in this level, like those losses will add up very quickly. And we've seen races in this tournament.
Okay.
We've seen races in this tournament come down to very small margins, and that was a pretty small margin. Tolker squeaked by that Froggy. And this Blarg down to row 2 raises to row 3 for a garbage clear. Like, the combos have not been there for Tayman. And he's getting punished a little bit.
Clears.
Oh!
Was that
Wow.
did that chain buy him enough time to not die there? That's yeah.
The third combo going up to second tier now.
That's
Oh,
very
man.
amusing for everybody
Except
except Tayman.
Wow, the timers have evened up, and so has this race. I did see Tetris Attacker in the live chat earlier, wanting this match to go long, so he could warm up for his own match coming after this. Don't think this is the kind of shenanigans that TA had in mind, though. But we're certainly here for whatever chaos comes our players'
That's
way,
a
as long
large
as they can
attack.
manage it.
That got
That's-
mission 1.
That's fine for a 20. Tolker for a 22. Both players in a pretty comfortable space next to each other. We're about 5 seconds apart as we are down to our final 4 stages of this normal run. Tayman going, leading it at a 5 chain.
I
was an
think
8.
it needs just a little bit more. There it is.
Yeah, there was an 8 combo follow-up to be had there, but Tayman has combo stormed enough. And so has Tolker for the 16. And now these are going to be cave entry times of 5:19 for Tayman, 5:22 for Tolker.
Raise your
It's 3
Stevens.
seconds. 3 seconds apart with 3 stages to go. This is going to come down right to the wire. Tayman's got some color conflicts here to
Gonna
manage.
go for that. Oh, had to
Not-
weave around that. Yeah, but now just making
Ooh.
the most efficient chain possible. Yep.
Tayman making a lot of 4 combos in this. Didn't get as good a stage as Tolker did. That's going to give Tolker the ever so slight lead with that 15 to Tayman's 20. But Tayman found a lot of 4 combos in that attack and felt the need to bump the chain up more. Certainly understandable and admirable.
Opening
wait.
with an 8. Gotta make sure to keep chaining along that. I think it needs like 2 more lines. That was a little bit of
Yeah.
premature stop. This is gonna be a little bit of a punishment. I think Tayman does get there in 1. And that's the difference in that stage.
Oh, wow.
Oh, here we go. We are back to about 3 seconds apart. We'll call it 4 seconds in Tayman's favor as we hit the final stage. And Kamek knows how to chain here. So if Kamek is fast enough to get to a few things, times could be wasted here. Oh, that did
Uh-oh.
not fall in the way that
Got that.
Tayman wanted.
Big bucks, no whammies.
Both
Oh,
players
wow.
need a follow-up attack as
Big
fast
chain
as
there
possible
that
here.
happened. Did
Oh,
not
that
see
was
the
an
lag
early
chain.
cutoff from Tayman. Both players falling woefully short.
Yeah, both players gotta send at least 4 more lines just to make sure.
Take combos
But
in.
Tayman
Good.
follows up with enough.
Oh.
Oh.
And that will be Tolker coming right
Wow.
behind. That's 7:19 to 727. It is our 7th seed taking game 3. Whoa. No, this has been some rough play from our CPUs already. Maybe now will be the time to slow things down to a little bit of a crawl, as we are now left with easy to play game 4, and it is Tolker on the brink of falling down to the loser's bracket. And whoever does lose this match will take on GamerX459 in the first round. Both players really just want to get this over with and have me to deal with. Like that's quite the prize. Like, you win this match and then you take on the number 2 seed. So
Tolker's gotta be feeling really good, especially because, you know, he wrote the book on this mode, so let's see if he can get there.
Alright, we are about to start. Yeah, Tolker has made some headway into figuring out how these opponents will behave. And they are very slow moving, so timing will get to be an important factor in how these go. Tolker needed to extend that to a 7 chain to avoid the garbage clear in all likelihood.
Easy is where you're going to be most punished for not getting an opening attack that tops off their board.
No!
And the second garbage clear is going to waste even more time.
Well,
And a random match opens up a chain. Oh, this is not what Tolker needs right now. To fall back by more than 10 seconds after one stage. That is almost a killer at this level.
we're seeing more
Alright.
pre-setups now. Is that... See, if you don't get it in one, it takes so long for your follow-up attack to land, and yeah. Give them frames, they'll take miles.
Alright, so both of our players are mostly settling for over 20-second stages so far. They can't be feeling super about how they're playing right now, but it is still relatively close. It could still be anyone's game. We're looking at like 7 seconds between our players. It's not the end of the world. As long as they stick to their chains, like 5 chains will probably be good here. And like however they can get those 5 chains will probably be how fast these stages will go. Tolker did not find the chain he wanted.
Tolker gave Doggo this opportunity. It's all panels now, but can't get anything else.
There goes some more time losses. Here we go with TaymanND. Oh, there was a way to extend that he did not see.
Got a little bit lost in the swap there. Just gonna go for combos for the rest, and it'll probably work given their stack.
So another 20-second stage. It's fine right now considering Tolker's been having a lot of trouble starting his chains off. It's a very sizable one there for the 20, but more chances might need to be taken. More mistakes might need to be made before this match concludes. It looks like
Okay,
TaymanND's
that one's
got
healthy.
5. It looked like 5 and 2. 5 chain and 2 combos. So Wizard Person needs to storm a few more lines down. That will be enough for a 23. What is Tolker following up with here?
No. Has to wait for another combo
little
to
bit.
drop. That's a few
Yeah.
more seconds. Yeah. It adds up.
Greatly so.
Jeez.
Okay. Okay, I see the I see
That's
the 4
nice
combo
weaving.
here.
Hmm.
That's nice and big. 4 lines of combo
That was a
garbage.
perfect
That will
attack.
take care of basically any easy mode opponent in no time flat. So well done by
Bars.
Tayperson.
Another
Oh.
punishment for being a line short in easy mode. Eek.
This is what you see from the top players in this game. They're just a little more consistent at getting their attacks down, and being inconsistent at this level will lead to a lot of punishes. And even
Another
that
one for being one line short.
it was just a little bit short. The margins in this level are just so tiny. Tolker needing an extra attack for this lunge rush.
There's no
Still
combos. Has to
probably
spend a
needed that
third
extra
attack.
combo to get there in 20.
Well, it's in there, but there's not a lot of stages on easy mode. And now the healthier attacks are coming in for sure. Many combos on top. No clears. 2 pillars that's not gonna downstack.
There's the same 7 lines.
Oh no, the double swap
Oh.
to break the chain. It's,
Yeah, Tolker has been going really quickly, and it's been hurting him a bunch, especially because, he swaps out of all these different chains, swaps out of combos. It's just, yeah, not serving him well right now.
And time is running out for Tolker to stay alive in this match as we are down to the final 2 stages. And Tayman has brought
That's
down a
perfect.
very impressive quick maneuver onto Hookbill for a 14. That is a very impressive time at any level, especially this one. Alright, Tolker's finding a good 4 chain, 5 chain. That avoids 1 garbage clear. Barely avoids the other. But is it too little too late? Tayman is on the final stage.
So has to find something. I don't know if that qualifies because Plant is so low. He's
That
rushing in
is
to
a
get the
very low.
combos because I think he knows that.
That is a very low plant. Plant's not going to get to that in time.
Oh, no.
And Tayman's short.
Oh, line 2.
Oh no!
There's a garbage clear. Here comes Tolker's attack. A 9 combo on that 2 chain. Quickly
wow.
builds into a lag 5 chain. Gonna
Garbage
leave
is
it at
still
that.
clearing.
Oh, no!
But that garbage clear will seal it. Tayman
Aw.
finishes in 37 seconds to Tolker's 21. So Plant did all he could to decide that race. Oh man, that was
Brutal.
a bit unfortunate at the end for Tolker. Tolker finishing with a 654 to Tayman's 647. And that will be enough to give our 7 seed star number 3 and the win. Whew, Tayman had to fight for that one. But at the end, he did take care of business. But a lot of those results were very tight. It got really close at the end. It makes me wonder about Tayman's prospects going forward. And then there's Tolker's prospects going forward. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Let's make this result official. By a score of 3-1, Tayman will be playing in the next round. And that means playing against yours truly. We've certainly had some epic encounters in the past, and I expect Tayman will figure it out before next weekend, make this encounter no different. Meanwhile, as we go to the bracket, we will eventually see that Tolker will be taking on GamerX459 in the next round. Let's see if I can expand the view just a little bit so you can actually see how everything is going to shake up, and as soon as the bracket updates, we will see Tolker down in the losers bracket, and the winners bracket will get updated to see Tayman take on myself next week. So that's going to be a good one. That is all hard, all the time for the winners quarterfinals. So definitely cannot wait to see that. But we've got one more match to take care of today, gentlemen. It is FFR Pro 21 against Tetris Attacker. I mean, Six, are you mentally prepared for some more chaos here? You think we're going to see some of it?
Oh, I think so. TA can definitely pull off some consecutive really hot stages, and yeah, FFR has the technique and speed, but has to deal with the trolls sometimes, and how that will resolve is not at all certain. So I'm excited.
Indeed, with Tetris Attacker fresh off an 8:07 V hard time at the end of last week's first round match. That is a time that will compete with anybody, and when it gets to those hard levels, FFR better watch out. Because, not gonna lie, FFR has not had a good record in V hard in the open tournaments this season. So that might be the spice that we need to make this next match interesting, and we will bring it to you right after this. So stay tuned. You are watching the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025.